What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and today we are going to check out the A2.6LN from Solar Guitars. So let's get into it. Alright, so once again, we're sitting here with my Solar A2.6LN. The A is the body type and shape. The 2 would be the series, which is Solar's less expensive models. The 6 is obviously 6-string, and then the LN would be Lemon Neon, which is the color, also known as Flow Yellow or Fluorescent Yellow. It's bright, that's for sure. I did a review on this guitar back when I first started doing YouTube videos, but I had no good camera, no mic. I was using an old iPhone, and it was pretty terrible, to be honest. And so I figured, why not do an updated review? I have a new camera, a new mic, so it'll just be hopefully a little bit better this time. And yeah, I've had this guitar for going on almost 2 years now, so it's been a little while. So I figured, new stuff, let's do a new review, and yeah, hopefully, like I said, it'll be a little bit better. But anyway, let's go over some specs on this thing. It is a 2019 model. It is made in Indonesia, as they all are. As far as the body, you have a solid mahogany body. You have a set-through maple neck. The neck is painted to match the rest of the guitar. You have a C-shaped neck, not too thin, not too fat. It is a 25.5-inch scale. You have an ebony fretboard with 24 super jumbo nickel frets. It is a 13.78-inch radius. You have a graphite nut, which is awesome. You have a dual action truss rod, which is an Allen key style adjuster up on the headstock under the Solar engraved little truss rod cover, so that's a nice little touch. As far as inlays, you have no inlays in the front except here at the 12th fret. You have the Solar logo, which is really cool. I kind of like that it doesn't have the dots on the front or blocks or anything. On the sides, you have just regular side dot inlays, which is a great touch. I did like little glow dots with this glow stuff I have. Just because it doesn't come with lumen lay, so I figured if I'm ever playing in a dark stage or anything, it would just be a lot easier to see. Now, as far as hardware, you have all matte black hardware. Solar branded 18-to-1 non-locking tuners on this model. You have a Solar branded fixed bridge, which shape-wise is pretty similar to a hip shot bridge. The saddles are square, to where on a hip shot they're more rounded on the back end. But like I said, it's Solar branded, but it does kind of resemble a hip shot style bridge. As far as the controls, you have one volume, one tone with a 5-way blade switch. No push-pull on this model, so the 5-way is a great touch because it does open up a variety of tonal options, which is great. Whether it be coil tap or split, I'm not exactly sure. I believe it might be splitting. I'll have to look into that more. As far as the pickups, you have the Duncan Solar brand pickups. Now, in my first review, I had EMGs in this thing. I don't know what I was really thinking or why I put those in here, because it really killed the sound of this guitar. I love the Duncan Solar pickups. I think they just have such a good grunt and a great low end, just a lot of balls if you ask me. And the EMGs just kind of killed all that. So I will never change these again. I love these pickups. A lot of people hate on them, but I honestly think they're one of the best sounding stock pickups in a guitar, in my opinion. I'm sure other people disagree, but that's just my opinion. I love the way this thing sounds. It has just great everything, great range all around the spectrum, in my opinion. So, yeah, regular mono output jack with the black plate, black strap buttons. And yeah, like I said, the whole guitar is painted to match, neck and all. It is a matte paint job, so definitely a nice fast feeling neck. And yeah, even for their lower model or lower cheaper model, it is a great guitar with great specs. So you heard it in a full mix. So let's do just a standalone little demo here. We'll do distortion first, just the guitar, and then we'll do clean, just the guitar. And then we'll talk about some things. All right, so now that you've heard it in a full mix demo, we've gone over all the specs. You heard it standalone by itself, distortion and clean, and went through all different tonal variations that this thing will put out. Let's discuss a few things. As I had said before, I've had this guitar for almost 2 years now. This was my first Solar. I've owned two. This was my introduction into the brand. I've never played or touched one before I got this one delivered. The other one was a B stock that I've since sold just because I wanted to buy another guitar at the time, not because anything was wrong with it. But I've had a lot of time to play this guitar, and for me, the opinion I've developed on this thing is one of them situations where everyone has that one guitar. How can I compare it? It's one of them like sayings where it's like look good, feel good, except this one would be like sound good, feel good, play good, I guess. Something weird like that. I don't know. That was horrible, but it's one of them situations where everyone has that one guitar when they pick up, the riffs just flow out of their fingers, and this is it for me. Because of that, it is one of my favorite guitars that I own, and yeah, when I pick it up, for some reason, my creativity just spikes. Between it sounding good and playing good, the riffs just literally flow out of my fingers, and because of that, it makes it exciting for me to play, and I always look forward to picking it up, and I definitely have nothing bad to say about this particular one in my hands. Now, we'll talk QC. QC on this one is perfect. Nothing on this guitar right here was due to QC at the factory. There is a few little tiny dings, but it's because of me and handling it and stuff like that. The neck was starting to gloss up a little bit, but I have since then deglossed it. So that wasn't a real issue. But yeah, any kind of ding or dent on it is from me. But we can talk about what's been going on lately. Now, I'm not here to bash anyone or stick up for anyone. It's my own opinion, but I think this whole thing that's going on with the QC issues really sucks. Now, it's happening everywhere. I've seen it with Schecters lately, ESPs. I've seen it with a lot of brands. I haven't seen the whole ebony cracked fretboard thing as much with other brands as I've seen it with Solar. Now, the whole logo peeling thing, that's really weird. I've seen that. Who is there to blame? I mean, everyone wants to blame the factory and how they're storing the wood, or you know, and then the factory wants the company wants to blame people on how they're maintaining the fretboards. I think it's everything. I think it's all of it combined. I think it's probably maybe the batches of wood, the how they're storing it. I think it's people that own the guitars already, if they weren't cracked when they got them and then they become cracked. I think it could be how it's maintained or location and temperature, humidity, all that stuff. I think it all comes into play. I really don't think you can point your finger at it. Although, you know, everyone is most likely going to say it's the company and the factory, whatever. I'm not here to judge and form an opinion based on one thing. Obviously, I have two Solar guitars on order, so it hasn't deterred me from wanting to play Solar or ordering even more guitars, because I love the brand and I love this guitar in my hand, and I am not a Solar artist. You can look it up. I'm not on the website. I have nothing to do with them. This is just my opinion from playing Solar guitars over the last few years. I really hope this stuff gets figured out, and it does seem like they're taking steps to fix it. I know because of the pandemic, a lot of stuff got jumbled around with them. They used to go over to Indonesia to do the QC, and now they're sending all the guitars here and doing it. I shouldn't say here, but they're sending them into Spain, I believe, and doing it all there. Don't quote me on that. Look all this up for yourself. There's a gentleman named KDH who did a real good video on just the whole QC thing with Solar. There's just a bunch of information out there that I'm sure you can find for yourself. I don't want to be the one to put out false facts, so I can just go by what I've seen and just tell you that I hope it really gets fixed soon, because I love the brand and I just want to see people like I belong to a group, and it seems like a solar group, and a lot more people are complaining about solars than actually talking about the guitars. So it sucks. But I mean, I understand when you buy an expensive guitar and you get it and it has problems. I totally get that. But with that being said, I hope it gets fixed. I'm sure it will fix itself. They're not the only company that's dealing with it, and I really hope it gets sorted out. But that's it for this video, guys. Whew. And I always appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you're into the reviews and the guitar projects, and we'll see you in the next video.